Testing. Okay, let me get the stream. Okay, does the audio work? Okay, does the audio... Okay, it does. Let's mute that so I'm not speaking double. And Discord ping. If it will, you know, actually send the message. Okay, there we go. And let me get chat up. Okay. So this is going to be another interesting stream. We're going to hopefully get our first colonies this stream. No guarantees, but I mean, I can't imagine why we wouldn't. So let me go get back into the game. Okay. We have a bit of a timer that we're on right now, because we want to obviously take as much from the Timurids as possible, but we also want to declare war against the Mamluks as soon as possible. The obvious solution is to declare against the Mamluks while we're still at war, but I wanted to take these two provinces from the Timurids and release Oman, and we obviously can't release nations while we are at war. So we're going to need to end this war with the Timurids as quickly as possible so we can, you know, actually focus down the Mamluks. So the next few months are going to be kind of important to play properly, and we're going to try and get these two forts sieged. I'm gonna go use the 50 mil to bombard this fort, and I was thinking at the end of last stream, oh, I'm just gonna send these guys all the way over to Bengal. No, we're not. That's gonna take like half a year for them to get to Bengal. We don't have that amount of time, because that's another half a year to get back, and then, what, another half a year to get back all the way over here? That's 1.5 years of just walking. We don't have time for that, because we are integrating, finally, Sirkizhan, and that'll be done in like 8 years or so. It says 1315, that's a lie. It's gonna decrease because it still has some cores of the colonies and stuff. And it's gonna take like 4 years after the peace with the Mamluks, for Sirkizhan to core, what is it? This province right here. Actually, it might take longer, because I think they're still trying to... Okay, I don't think they're still trying to take stuff in America, but they might take like an inconvenient admin tech or something, so it could take longer. So I don't want to leave it till the last minute. But if we can give them this province in time, and they core it in time, then that would mean we could complete this into Egyptus mission, which would obviously give us 5% morale, but that's not the important part. The important part is the breadbasket mission, which gives us 20 extra development in Constantinople, which would be very nice indeed. So that's why we're doing what we're doing. Okay. So with that out of the way, I'm going to try and carpet siege a bit. Does that reset the progress? No, it doesn't. Good. And we're also going to try and intercept this navy for a bit more war score. And we also need to fix our expenditures at some point, because our income is okay, the amount we're spending on the army and the navy is a bit high. So hopefully we can figure something out for that. And I'll go build a spy network here just to get slightly faster sieges. I doubt it will make any difference. I should also stop building a spy network here and start building one on the Mamluks for the siege ability. Okay, we're gonna bombard here. That should speed up that siege. Again, we're just moving troops to carpet siege everywhere. Okay, we beat the Navy. That's a tiny bit of war score. Okay, we should beat the Navy again, because our vassals are sieging down the island it's hiding in. Okay, won the fort. We can move some troops to start carpet sieging even more stuff. Again, bringing more troops up here to help us to carpet sieging. We can keep one cannon there. But you really want to end this in like the next couple months. Can we heal? We can. Let's split up more units. Again, just more carpet sieging. Trying to max out the war score. And we are leaving our armies a bit overextended, perhaps. But I'm relying on our huge Miltech advantage to deter the enemies from attacking. Okay, we finally won the siege. We should be able to get the peace deal we want now. Oh, Bengal is medium. I don't really know why. Okay, 84, we're still a bit away. Need slightly more war score. Let's split up the troops a bit more. Again, just carpet sieging as much as possible. Because I really don't want to drag out this war for any longer than absolutely necessary. Keeping an eye on this 41k because that can do That's the only real thing that can do damage right now. How close are we? Very close. We should be able to get it like next month's with all these carpet sieges. Assuming nothing stupid like this happens, of course, which it immediately does. Okay, so we have 15k Bengalis. 5th of July, 7th of July. Okay, we're gonna lose 2k. Hopefully that's outweighed by the carpet sieges we're getting elsewhere. We can try and guarantee that by sieging even more. And let's not lose more troops than necessary. We can go support our allies. Okay, we at least got the occupation. Still surprisingly low. Oh, that's because our allies engaged. Can we get mill access here? We can. We'll rely on that then to get those troops out. Okay, so once this naval battle ends, we should be good. Of course, it's taking a while to end. Okay, that's another 0.65 war score. We should have enough now. Okay, just barely. So, this is the peace deal we want. We're giving all this to Fatal. Yeah. So we're getting the important centers of trade. So we're getting Bari, Tehran, and Basra. So that should help divert more of the trade our way, coming in from Hormuz. And we're also taking 2 provinces here to release a new vassal. I'm gonna save just in case for the peace deal, but I don't think we need to worry that we're messing up the peace deal in any way. This is good. I don't really see the point in taking money. I suppose we could. Yeah, we may as well take some money. Oh, and we should spend some prestige on a vassal. I guess Aragon. We can also check coalitions, but this isn't really doing anything. Ouch, cost us 100 Diplo. We should really figure out how to save Diplo power if at all possible in the future. But now we should be able to release Oman, and they should have their capital in the higher Dev province, which will be in the better trade node as well. Of course, we could also release Hormuz, now that I think about it. I'm gonna check if Hormuz has a fixed capital. I don't think they do. I don't even have the page open. Yeah. Hormuz does not. So I guess the question of Hormuz versus Oman would depend on their national ideas. I'm looking up both national ideas right now for which vassal we'd rather have. So Hormuz has an extra merchant. That's making me lean towards Hormuz, actually. Oh, Oman does too later on. Both of these look like decent national ideas. Does one of them have like a mission tree or something? So, Oman seems to have a unique government type. Does Hormuz have that? Hormuz doesn't. So I guess the question would be whether we want our vassal to have a unique government type. I'm looking on the wiki right now. And it gives bonuses to centers of trade, which is fine. But it also gives more trade power to every trade node you have a merchant in. Plus 50 trade power. Ouch. So I don't think we want Oman. I think we're just going to go Hormuz. They still have the extra merchant. Maybe this is a mistake. I don't really know which is better, but I'm just going to do Hormuz. And they should... They do not have the correct capital. This is interesting. Okay. I'm not sure why, because when I tested this, Oman had this capital. I'm gonna Alt F4 and see if Oman has this capital. Because we do kind of need our vassal to have a capital in the Hormuz node, not in the Aden node. So I'll try this again. I guess we're stuck with Oman then, which I don't think is bad, but I guess it could potentially be annoying if they activate that 50 trade power bonus. If they do, I guess we'll just deal with it. It shouldn't be, like, that bad. I'm sure we can overcome 50 trade power. Of course, they also have, like, 15 trade power per merchant. That would be, like, 65 trade power. But we have, like, multiple centers of trade we'll control. We should be at least getting, like, the majority of trade power. So if we, like, miss out on a small amount, then it should be fine. And I doubt the AI will be using all of its bonuses to the maximum extent. So I guess attempt number 2 at the peace deal. We'll take the exact same peace deal, but we just won't release that nation because they have the incorrect capital. And we want that and this. Why is it different war score this time? I must have made a mistake. Here, Faddle. Oh, we don't need this province. There we go. Oh, we could actually take more war score. I guess I didn't realize. Maybe I had an unnecessary province, but we want Faddle. All of this is Faddle. This is us. I guess we'll take more money. Again, we don't care about this. We are getting the centers of trade. Oh, and we need to remember to use the prestige. Okay, it is unfortunate that we're wasting Diplo. I wonder, can we give Faddle a claim on Wasit? Okay, that doesn't reduce the Diplo power at all. But I guess still maybe core it faster or something. And does Oman work for this? Okay, so apparently Oman and Hormuz just have different capitals. I'm not sure why. I don't think... I looked on the wiki page, and neither of them have a set capital. But I guess you live and learn. Okay. Now, we're just going to keep Oman, like, here for now. We're not really going to do much with it. We're just going to wait until the next time we're at war with the Timurids, and then we'll feed it more provinces. Okay, so there's 4 centers of trade in this node. 5, yeah, we should easily be able to counteract any of Oman's bonuses. Now we just need to get all of our troops back to somewhere reasonable. I'm gonna go send them over here, actually. I think that's the fastest way to get them back. Oh, wait, I don't have transports. That isn't the fastest way. Okay, I guess it'll just take ages going back the normal way then. Oh, we can provoke a revolt. And then we can use these transports. Gonna take a bit, but we may as well do that. Oh wait, it's not even at 50%. Okay, yeah, we'll just keep these transports there for now and deck on the Mamluks. We still have, what, 7 years? Hopefully that's enough time. Even if we waste a whole lot of time. Let's put a war goal as Iskandaria. When we have a diplomat available, I guess. Oh, we also need to figure out Oman, Liberty Desire. I guess we can dev them with mill. And we may as well take new tech. And let's just get our troops back as fast as possible, just somewhere kinda useful. Can we seize land? We cannot. I guess we'll try doing that after we do whatever. I kinda want to get the Emporoi loyal first. Tunis is joining. Okay, that's kind of annoying. I wish you could see the allies of a nation before you select it as a co-belligerent, but whatever. I also have too many Diplo relations. We can't really do anything about that for now. We can focus Diplo, I suppose. We probably should. Okay, our vassals are fighting Mamluks. They're probably gonna lose. Okay, never mind. They won. And let's stop building spy network in Timurids. That's useless. We want it in Mamluks. All of our troops are just stuck in the middle of nowhere. What? Okay, I hate to do like 2 Alt F4s in one session, but yeah, I don't think we can keep Austria. Wait, no, we can just decline? Yeah, we're just gonna decline. I don't think this is going to be a useful war for us. And I guess this solves our extra relationship problem. And it solves a bit of our deadline with integrating Circassian. We don't really care about prestige or Diplo route. You can go fight this conflict on your own. I'm sure you'll be fine. You have the Commonwealth and Britain on your side against the rest of Europe and Russia. Yeah, you'll be fine, Austria. Alright, that did hurt our relations with our vassals. I think we'll probably live. We can complete the Follow the Rivers mission, which does absolutely nothing, basically. It gives us one stab. Okay, so Austria is just fighting all of Europe by itself, basically. Yeah, I actually really like that this war is happening. I like that all of Europe is going to be weakened in this utterly pointless conflict that we just get to ignore for the cost of, like, 25 prestige and, like, 1 Diplo rep. We just focus on ourselves, and we hopefully integrate Circassian at some point in the near future. Oh, we still have a royal marriage with Austria. I want to break that. I guess I can stop improving... I can stop our spy network in Spain soon. I'll do it at the end of the months. Troops very slowly coming back from the east. Oh, cool. Burghers lose 10 influence. That's actually really good. That means in the near future we could actually, you know, revoke some privileges from them and make them lose influence permanently. Let's go fight a bit. Normally I do prestige, but we have so much easy prestige now, I'm just gonna get stab. And now we can keep on improving with Spain. I mean, spy network in Spain. They're going to Al-Quds, we can catch them. Okay, we got trading clothes again, lovely. Let's give this to Sarkeesian, just so we don't pay maintenance. Yemen is busy sieging Oman. Yeah, that's gonna matter. This battle isn't as decisive as I would like. I guess it's still pretty good for us. Get a decent trade on our commander as well. Let's go siege this mountain fort. These guys can siege the next fort down. Actually, let's go try and get the allies out of the war first. That'll probably be worthwhile. And these guys can go siege this fort. And let's split off one cannon stack to help that slightly smaller army. Okay, these guys are just pouring in one stacks that can get stack wiped. Don't see why we don't just stack wipe them. And that 25k is kind of annoying. I think we still focus on getting Yemen out of the war, though we don't really need to care about our vassal. And let's put aside a 5 stack and some troops. To go siege the capital. I doubt any Mamluk army is going to engage any of our armies anyway. They don't seem to like doing that. And this can go reinforce, I don't know, Egypt in general. Since Tunis is probably going to complain about us invading the Mamluks at some point. Luckily we have 7k Mamluk troops just trapped in Cyprus, so that's nice. I'm gonna send a heavy over to scout the Tunisian troops. Okay, just gonna move this infantry out to carpet siege. I don't see any Mamluk forces nearby. Okay, we have 21k Tunisians. We need to be, like, kinda careful now. Let's just move our main stack back over to fight. Okay, never mind, the Tunisians don't want to fight. Okay, we have a 10k Mamluk stack trying to wipe out our 1 stacks, so I guess we should retreat those. And then this 14k will head back to support our Egyptian front. Let's go siege this down. We can just keep on wiping out these 1k stacks as they pop up. So far we're making okay progress. I really want to get these allies out of the war faster though. We can carpet siege with more of these infantry. Now we can go after the capital. Okay, so like 7 years before integration finishes. And... oh yeah, did our guy make the colonies then? Yay! We have 2 colonies. 2 more colonies. And I somewhat doubt they'll get attacked. I don't know why. Okay, truce with Aragon ended, but they're loyal, so it's fine. Oh yeah, how many provinces can we take? I obviously want to take up to here for the trade. And after that, I guess we just take more of Egypt. Yeah, so that qualifies as Egypt. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 provinces. And we need 17 provinces. Okay, so we can take enough provinces to complete the mission. We actually have 2 extra here. So we could take different provinces if we wanted, for some reason. I don't really see why we would, though. I guess we could maybe want a border with these guys. But yeah, this is probably fine. This is the peace deal we'll aim for. Actually, no. I want the border with Medri Bari. Maybe we can get our vassal to desire the land. How's war exhaustion looking? Still at 12. Not great. Probably want to focus on getting Tunis out of the war soon. But there's just 40k Mamluks over here. Like, they have their entire army preventing us from getting to Tunis, so we'll probably leave that for last after we get Yemen out. We can also take out Mara, but I don't think we care about them. Oh, there is a fort down here. Well, our subject has it handled. Okay, I think we only need one stack going in that direction. Maybe two, but not all of them. Oh, and we have some cannons that aren't on a fort right now. Let's fix that. I forgot that fort even existed. Looks like our vassal is doing a good job coring. Do wish we had a bit more trade power, but I guess maybe they're overextended. That could be part of it. Pirates have 26% in Hormuz. That's hilarious. Ageron. Huh. Guess that's something to look into. Okay, we got 2 sieges at once. That's good. Not the siege. Let's start moving our troops to prepare for what to do next. Which consists of I'm not actually sure what. Again, I'd like to just siege stuff and not have to actually use any manpower troops. I just realized we do need one ally. I think. Let me check. Okay, well, ally Serbia, I suppose. Yeah, well, ally Serbia after the war, before we integrate our vassal. I think we need 2 allies for the mission. Let me double check. Okay, so the Seam system doesn't need allies. The foreign officers needs allies. Oh, but we don't need them at the moment we integrate the vassal, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, so we can get the allies whenever. We can also get the mercenary regiments whenever. And yeah, everything else I think we can always get whenever. We just need to make sure we have an army of 25 regiments. We'll have that. is employing any mill advisor of at least level 2. We always have that. Increase the amount of states by 10. We'll have that when we integrate, and has 20,000 manpower. Okay. Surely our vassals will, like, do something soon, right? Let's put all of these except... Can we put, like, Maria on combat focus? Okay, these guys are maybe gonna do something, which will be cool to see. Come on, guys, go kill the Mamluks. Georgia, go over here. Yay! I got my vassals to actually do something. And we can move some troops over here so the siege actually progresses. Let's take more Patriarch Authority, as always. It's kind of hard for us to get that. And we should probably move the cannons over here. Maybe the ships down here. Or not. Okay, now I just want Georgia to go. Let's go after the capital. And Maria, you can go after some random province, I don't really care. Okay, that's how you get vassals to actually do something. Hopefully. I think it's how. So we could get army tradition, which would be worthless because we're at 100. Or we could get reform progress. One of these is looking slightly better than the other. I mean, navy tradition would be useful, but let's take the reform progress. Okay, so the army tradition is kind of counteracting the war exhaustion malice to siege ability. That's cool. How's our vassals doing? No unrest, so we could actually bring our troops back, I think. We should also steal maps first. No units in a province adjacent, really? I'm having a hard time believing that. Let's not do it on the 28th. Okay, now we can. Okay, let's just get our troops all the way back over here. Hopefully we can actually, like, siege these forts. It's been taking a while. This war has been taking a while as well. '68. So it says we have, what, 9 years? I feel like that's generous. Okay, this is going away, so it's probably going to end in, like, 67. I think it's safe to say 67. So we have, what, 7 years? And it's going to take 4 years to fulfill mission requirements, so we have, like, 3 more years to end the war. Hopefully we can end the war in 3 years. Okay, you're still not desiring land, unfortunately. We're just gonna mark all of this as provinces of interest. So hopefully you make a claim on something. Okay, Tunis is getting caught by our vassals. Lovely. 35,000 troops from Maria is hilarious. Okay, let's keep converting random provinces for the prestige. Really like it if these guys would just give up when they see my 33k. Actually, I can do that. I can make them do that. This might be slightly risky, but I don't really think it is. Okay, we need to leave like 1 Merc regiment, apparently. Let's chase more Tunisian troops down. Carpet siege more land. There we have 15k Mamluks trying to be funny. I don't like that. I think they're not very funny. I don't know why Fatal is just sending troops to their deaths. I don't love it. Still won't accept peace. I guess I need to kill your army. Okay, let's get rid of this province of interest. I want you to go help the ally. There we go. I'm surprised by how much the AI listens, like actually listens to the war goals. we can kind of like use it to manipulate the behavior pretty well. Okay, we got that figured out. Okay, won that. Still haven't taken their capital. 71%. Okay, got that fort. Winning in Tunis. Oh, they're trying to go back to their capital, I think. Huh? No, I wasn't paying attention to my transports, and I lost, like, a lot of men. I think that's like 11k guys. That's really bad. Okay, luckily I can inflict far worse casualties on the Tunisians in revenge. Not that it will get me my manpower back. Oh, hello, welcome to Joel and Palomir. I wasn't paying attention to the chat for a bit, so I'm not sure how long I missed the chat messages for. Your voice and game sounds are a bit low. Let me move my mic a bit closer. Okay, I moved my mic. I can, I suppose, increase the volume a bit. Okay, hopefully we can peace out Yemen now. Let's get them to break alliance with Mamluks. I don't really love this massive alliance block that we have going. We could also... I was going to say we could take some provinces, but I don't really think it makes sense. They're not a co-belligerent. We're going to get a lot of AE, and Oman isn't a personal union yet, so we can't really do much with these provinces. So I think we leave them for now. And we just really hope that Egyptus will at some point make a claim. If not, we can always declare war on them again later. Of course, we do actually need a diplomat available. So let's get rid of our spy network diplomat. We don't really need that. Okay, we let Mamluk troops get out of Cyprus. That's bad. I was not paying attention to the fleet. We're managing to make a very easy war, like, somewhat difficult. Well, I'm managing to make it somewhat difficult. Okay. I believe this is, like, the last Tunisian army, though, so... Hurdles aside, this should still be quite winning. Okay. We won Tobruk. I don't know why I said quite winning. Literally the only time you're supposed to say that is about like a chess position. I've been playing too much chess recently, not enough EU4. Okay, we're just gonna peace out here. We don't really need anything else. I guess we'll let our troops get back from the land just in case they get exiled or whatever. I don't think they will get exiled. Okay, let's set this as Maria's war goal, so that they'll go attack the Tunisians for us. I don't want to take unnecessary casualties. Our troops are almost out of Yemen. There we go, we should be able to peace out Yemen now. And now we're at 67% for Mamluks, so Tunis is the main other problem we need to fix. But that should be dealt with quickly. Do we have any cannons here? We do not. Okay, I'll take a bit of a risk and send some cannons over. Okay, we at least kept the majority of the troops on Cyprus. What is going on over here in Tunis? We need cannons to go finalize that. Actually, we can probably just get Tunis out of the war now. We don't really want anything in particular from them. I don't think we want to start conquering North Africa yet, but we could if we wanted to. Like, does Aragon have a claim on anything important? Not really. Not in North Africa, so we probably just want to take war reps and break alliance. Okay, so this troop can this army can handle anything in Arabia. I'm gonna send these guys back over to Syria. And that should hopefully finish the war. And we will be taking all the land ourselves, which will be hurting our crown land, but it shouldn't hurt our crown land that badly. Because our estate influence is, like, pretty low, at least for the moment. Okay, Tunis army is stack wiped. We could even get some money, I suppose. Yeah, I don't really plan on going to war with Tunis for a bit, so we may as well take some free money. Of course, we could, like, do the other thing and make as short of a truce as possible so that we could do a separate war against Tunis, but we don't have a claim on Tunis, and I don't have confidence in our vassals to make a claim. So I'm just going to take money. And war reps and cancel alliance. Okay, now we have 82% on Mamluks. They're almost willing to peace out. We do want, like, the max from them, though, so let's go for this peace deal. I believe that should be enough. Okay, so we have 2 provinces outside of the region, so we need to make sure to remember to not count them for the mission. So we are taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, we're still taking an extra province. Let's carpet siege with some of these cav. I really want to find the main Mamluk army. It's somewhere in Arabia, I'm pretty sure. Okay, it's not over there. It should be, like, over here, I guess. But it does look like we'll end the war in time, which is very good. And then we can get a tiny bit of peace. Relax for a short while. Okay, let's go attack this. We have a few too many cannons, but that's alright. Actually, it might not be alright. Some of them are going to go onto the front lines. 16 frontline troops. Let's get rid of 2 of the cannons. Okay, we should win this. We still have a cannon on the front line anyway. Okay. Well, it shouldn't matter too much. They're taking pretty heavy casualties, unfortunately. But we should stack wipe these. Where is the last army? What the hell? Okay, more prestige. We're kind of wasting it. But whatever. I know the Mamluks have an army somewhere. I think it's just hiding, though. What do we even still need to siege? I think we are sieging basically everything. Okay, let's get some more carpet sieges going then. And this war marginally faster. Okay, so they have 11k there, which means they have 15k somewhere else. Whatever. We'll just siege the rest of the provinces. And I'm quite happy we managed to do this war in the necessary amount of time. That'll be very useful, because we can just take this province and not have to worry about another war. Also take this province back ourselves just to make sure we remember to take it for ourselves in the peace deal. And this will be a very nice looking peace deal. Oh! There's the army! They trapped both of their armies. I don't even think I bother to kill that. I mean, I could. But what's the point? They can sit on that little island. They're not harming anyone. Or protecting themselves. Literally useless army. And we're somehow finishing these conversions. Okay, we should be able to peace out now. Minus 12. No? Wow, these Mamluks are stubborn. Really, Mamluks? You want to do this? They want to do it! Okay, they're gonna stack wipe 1k and then lose their entire army. That's what I get for leaving an army alive. Okay, I can either increase opinion of the Commonwealths of me. I'm pretty sure it will still be at negative 200. Or I can get 10 free prestige and a cool advisor. I wonder which I should take. I'm gonna go placate rulers in Aragon again so we actually get this prestige. Okay, now I want to stack wipe this army because it killed my 1k, and I'm annoyed. I want revenge. Okay, where is this heading? Marine Pretender Rebels. Okay. Where is this heading? It's like a mystery. Oh, it's gonna head all the way down there. Okay, I'm not bothering to stack wipe that. Okay, this looks like a pretty nice peace deal. Now, how badly is this gonna screw our crown land? So, minus 2.7. You know what? That's not even that bad. Of course, it will make Spain join a coalition, but I think they're a bit busy at the moment, and probably will be for the foreseeable future. Okay, I'm going to save the game just to make sure we have the right piece. But I think we have the right piece. I can't imagine anything else we'd want to change. Let me double check province count. We need 17 in, like, this area. We are taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, we should have some provinces to spare. And we're also getting a border with this new nation, and taking gold was the leftover. We are getting a bit of AE, but the AE should not be a problem. For one moment, we actually own Egypt ourselves. This is not gonna last. Let us go feed our vassals their rightful land. Actually, we should check if this has any buildings we don't want. I think this is fine. And Egyptus, this should lower their liberty desire. Do any of these provinces have, like, useless buildings? Not really. This fort is kind of useful. Yeah, we just feed Egyptus everything. Actually, let's make sure we give them the Egypt stuff first. Again, feeding them all the inland provinces in case there's, like, a problem with overextension, but there shouldn't be. And we could decide which province to feed this last... which vassal to feed this last province to. What's the culture? Bedouin? I guess it doesn't really matter. I kind of like the borders of giving this to Egyptus, though. There There we go, that looks nice. And we do not own any provinces besides Constantinople, I don't think. And we should be able to click this now. So 5% permanent morale should be very nice. No reason to wait on that. Okay, and now we just need to make sure all these provinces have the necessary buildings. So let's make sure they all have workshops first. They do. And they need barracks, that's the other one. And we'll wait to give this last province a barracks because our subject needs to core it first. Because it also needs to be 20 dev. Okay, I think that was one successful war, if a bit stressful, because we needed to complete it in time, but everything looks like it worked out. Now the question is what we do next. I think we just chill. West Rome has Liberty Desire? Why? And I'm gonna wait on seizing land. I want to take away, like, at least a financial demand first. Okay, how's AE looking? Okay. I think I might change the icon. To probably construction cost, because we're gonna be at peace for a while. Yeah. And I want some manufactories to bump up our trade income. Of course, which manufactories is the question. Because we have lots of options. I like the silk manufactory, but we're not getting much of the trade power. Actually, we're getting half of the trade power already. I feel like we should maybe let our vassal handle its economics for now, though. Although, yeah, it's not really getting an income. I'm gonna hold off on building manufactories, actually. Let's see what our vassals do first. And let us lower our army maintenance. And probably naval maintenance. We want to earn a bit of a profit for a while, since I don't think we can do any wars. I think we did our wars with basically everyone nearby. Yeah, so our next wars are going to be Spain in 64, and QQ in 63. So I think before the Spain war, we want to finish the integration of Turkestan, which is why I've been saving a debate to get... Where is it? Minus 15% Diplo annexation cost. So we can click that when we're at like 80% to basically instantly finish the integration of our vassal. Okay, where do we want our armies? We have like 3 years of peace. Let's just put them somewhere around them, I don't really care. Okay, 87 ducats income. Well, profit. That should be good. And I'll let our subjects handle their rebels. How's our force limit looking? We're not that far over force limit, mostly because we lost half of our transports, but hey. Turns out Tunis was just helping our economy out. Okay, so now we have a CB against Tunis, so we can, like, go declare against in, like, 7 years and feed, I don't know, someone their land. Probably Aragon. I mean, ideally it would be West Rome, honestly. Doesn't really matter. All of our rebels, all of our vassals' rebels are just popping up now. Let's take the Diplotech. And we need to figure out how to fix our armies. Our vassals still want knowledge sharing. Who is the richest? 8 versus 12 versus Syria is probably the richest. Only 10, huh. Actually, Serbia might have a higher income. Yeah, I think they have a slightly higher income. Let's do it with Serbia, they're gonna get it anyway. $192 income. Mostly from, I guess, the war reps and the higher trade income from the Diptech and actually conquering the Mamluk land. I guess the Mamluk still have one center of trade left, but that's not that important. And 32 ducats from the Aleppo node. Yeah, I think our next war against the Mamluks should completely cripple their trade power. Although, to be honest, it's already pretty crippled. And we should be doing something with our diplomats, actually. Let's build more spy networks in, say, European countries. Yeah, and the upside of this is the Europeans will be too busy to prey on our relatively weak colonies. Are these all crown colonies? They are. Unfortunate. Okay, let's not take insane amounts of attrition. Again, this is the most important mission. We should be able to complete it. Gonna let our vassals deal with their own rebels. I want to save my manpower and my money. So I do have to wonder where Anatolikon's army is. I'm sure it's somewhere. Is it in the New World? Would be surprised, to be honest. No, it's not. I don't know then. But yeah, how many troops do we have compared to Spain now, counting the colonies? Oh, I guess the colonies don't join wars. Okay. So not that many. Where is the Anatolikon army? Must be somewhere. Am I blind? Are these separatists just gonna, like, actually succeed? Do I need to raise my army maintenance? We are finally beating the English Channel in money, although I think that's only because of the occupation from the war, so we still need to increase our trade income in Constantinople if we want global trade to spawn, which we definitely do. Marketplace. I'm just making sure our subject is being smart with the buildings. Okay, some of our subjects are dealing with rebels. There's some Anatolikon soldiers. Were they, like, off in India? I don't know what's going on anymore. And why are these pretender rebels so strong? I'm gonna go graze maintenance, this is getting stupid. I don't want my vassal to, like, actually get recurring rebellions because of this. Okay, I can spend 1,500 ducats for 3 innovativeness, or I could not. I feel like 0.3% mana discount is not worth that. I also don't need yearly prestige. I think I'm gonna wait on abilities. I don't think the other abilities here are very useful. Let's also lower army maintenance. We don't need it anymore. I don't think I'm worried about losing to these rebels. Just need to keep a track on this progress and remember to immediately build a workshop here ASAP. I'm surprised this is only 19% war score. I guess the Commonwealth is carrying. Why does Oman keep on getting higher Liberty Desire? This is getting kind of stupidly expensive. I guess it's a Diplo rep issue. You're improving with some. Gonna get slightly worse when we integrate Sarkisian, but kind of better because we can also complete the mission. Why is this so high? I guess it's relative army power. Okay, I'm just gonna build more troops then. Which troops? Probably Cav. Cav is gonna get a power spike soon. And let's go up to 148. That should fix Oman's Liberty Desire. War exhaustion should also help our economy slightly. It wasn't really hurting our economy before. Now Syria has Liberty Desire? What? Okay, let's use favors for this. Okay, that solves Syria, at least for now. I think building troops temporarily decreased our relative military power because it decreased our manpower and we don't have the troops yet. So that should be fixed. Everyone's disloyal. What? Why is Egyptus disloyal? I just gave you a ton of land. I'm just gonna hire a Diplo rep guy. That should fix it for now. Yeah, and then our army is coming in, so that should hopefully fix it long term. Or, like, medium term, at least. Same thing. I'm surprised our income isn't helping out more. I guess the naval power is a bit of a problem. Maybe we need a bigger navy, but we can't really do that economically until we finish integration. So let's see if we can improve relations with anyone we can. And let's put the Spain spy network on hold for now, I guess. We kind of need to put Liberty Desire more to the forefront. Let's just trade in favors with everyone. Not that Fatal was really the one having Liberty Desire problems, but whatever. And curry favors with Egyptus. That should help. Yeah, and then as long as Oman is the only disloyal vassal, that's fine. They can be disloyal for a bit longer before we need to worry about it. Okay, we need to remember to pause on the 17th of September to start the manpower building. And then we should get another 5% extra, less Liberty Desire once we get rid of this. Why do they have less than 50 trust? That's what I'm wondering. Is it because we dishonored alliance with Austria? Okay, so on the 18th we need to remember to start building the manpower building. Let's raise maintenance temporarily. Yeah, I guess the naval power is significant here, Liberty Desire-wise. When does our modifier run out? September 62, August 62. That's annoying. We'll probably have to waste a bit more mill power then to keep these guys loyal. Or prestige. Let's do prestige, actually. We'll keep on getting a decent income of that for a while. With religion, we're not like gonna run out of wrong religion provinces to convert. Ottoman separatists, really? Wow, our vassals are just dying to rebels, I guess. Omani peasants? Seriously? We should also choose which monarch point to spend on this. Probably mill. Oh, I probably should have waited so I could have gotten some crown land out of that. Oops. Okay, maybe we can try currying favors with Oman. Actually, let's just build spy network in Spain. I want the war to go sooner once it happens. And I guess I can transport some troops over to help with this revolt. kind of just want them to have to deal with it, but I think they'll just get occupied, and that's not going to help me. Now we have Mamluk separatists. January 63. I should move my troops in position for the QQ war. It should be pretty fast. All these provinces have the required development and buildings, I think. This should be 100 trade power and 20 free dev. As long as we remember to click it only after we give away the rest of Circassian's Anatolian stuff. Okay, so we should keep maintenance up. We can drill, I suppose. Again, move these troops over. Not that the QQ war is going to be very difficult. Luckily, we are getting to Tech 14, so we can choose a new idea group. The question is what we want. I'd love to take plutocratic. But that does require us to be a republic. And our ruler is kind of just refusing to die. And I don't want to make a republic when we have a 69-year-old ruler. It's kind of like gonna ruin our personal unions. We're not opposed to him living, but I don't want to make a republic and then we get an election, because I think that would break our PU. Explo I'm not sure about, because then our new client state could get a colonist. And I'm not sure how that would work. Like, if we inherit that subject, for instance, would we, like, get some random colony that we then wouldn't get rid of, and then the challenge would be over, basically. And I don't think we need Expo anyway, because we've been getting colonies without it. So that leaves, like, diplomatic, for instance. It would give -10 Liberty Desire, 2 extra diplomats, Diplotech cost, and war score cost for provinces. Or maybe aristocratic. That would give, like, some cav bonuses, a diplomat, more siege ability, and more force limit from vassals. Also a state loyalty equilibrium would be nice. So I'm leaning towards aristocratic at the moment. I feel like faster sieges would be nice. I'm not sure what else would be viable. Because I feel like Diplo... I mean, Diplo could be nice. But that assumes we're taking provinces ourselves, which we usually aren't. Okay, let's get a general on this. I don't really care what. Can drill these soldiers instead. We should move some cannons over. We need cannons to end this war quickly. I think, what, 5k cannons should be enough? Yeah, they only have one fort. Okay, our truce with Portugal ended. I don't think they have enough AE. They do have enough AE to join a coalition, so we need to be mindful of that. But I don't think there are enough other countries that can join. Yeah. As long as we keep on, like, just taking stuff in the New World mostly and leaving Europe alone, we should be fine, coalition-wise. Okay, yeah, Egypt just looks like it's dealing with that. We are very close to being able to take the Parliament issue to basically instantly finish the Sarkeesian integration. And hopefully get the colonies for ourselves. I suppose we may as well take admin tech. I'm not sure what exactly I want as an idea group. But the plantation would be nice. Yeah, these are like Siri-Ducat manufactories in Constantinople. We're basically getting all of the trade power. Because these are lovely to build. Silk is actually even better. Sugar is also pretty good. But again, that's not in our main node. Maybe I should start building like the Kloss manufactories. I think I'll build this one silk manufactory. Yeah, we're already getting a substantial... Actually, no, before I build this silk one, I should build the... You know what, no, this is a fine manufactory. What's salts yield? Actually, what do we need to build a manufactory here? trade station. That is the building we just unlocked, right? No, it's not. Okay, let's get these two manufactories. Yeah, that should help our trade income. Because again, we're trying to scale our economy as well. January 63. Oman has ended, so we need to be more careful about Liberty Desire. Implicate one more time just in case. And then in a month from now, we should be able to revoke a privilege, like Emporoi a financial demand, for instance. So we'll lose some tax, which we don't care about, and then that will also reduce their influence. So we can keep a higher crown land equilibrium. And right after that, we'll revoke naval school rights, because that's also kind of a useless privilege. And then after that, probably patron of the arts. Not sure whether I want to take aristocratic or Diplo first. Offensive is also something we could think about, but I don't think offensive is worthwhile. I think it's either aristocratic or Diplo. We definitely don't need, like, Explo. We're doing fine on colonies anyway. I think we might want war score cost from Diplo. When does this end? Okay, so we keep our ability of, like, minus 25% until absolutism. Should also probably, like, add in some more units. I want some more cannons, actually. I think I'm gonna lean more towards aristocratic, actually. Because it's not like we can really use our war score modifiers that well. So we may as well, like, you know... How do I say this? Oh, we should stop drilling. Oh, 50% off admin advisor? Don't mind if I do. This guy is, yeah, 50% cheaper. And we should probably take back our trade efficiency advisor, or at least one of our trade efficiency advisors. We have, I think, multiple that are all good. Can we afford to? Yeah, we can probably afford to. It's annoying how much liberty desire some of these vassals have. Okay, manpower, that should maybe change liberty desire, or not. I'm gonna take the trade efficiency guide. That should help our relative power, even if it hurts liberty desire directly. And trade efficiency is just a good modifier to have. We're almost at 200 income now. Mostly because of trade. 80% of the income came from trade, yeah. We just need to finish this war up. Okay, the modifier's expired. Let's get rid of the 10% influence one first. That'll make future ones easier to revoke. And then we get rid of naval school rights and then patronage. I wonder if there's any that give only loyalty here. Not really. That's sad. Also get rid of the Syria guy because relations are already maxed out. So we have a lot of vassals that are close to being disloyal. We just need to figure out why. The naval power keeps increasing. I think we just need a bigger navy. And we'll be able to afford a bigger navy soon, so let's just... Actually, cogs won't really help that, will it? I guess we can get a flagship, I suppose. I don't really know how else to increase naval strengths. We really can't afford to just be spamming out ships. We don't really need army tradition. Could use some money, I suppose. Reform progress is probably best, though. Yeah, none of these are super helpful. Development cost would be decent. Is there like a trade efficiency one? 5% trade efficiency. It does increase burger influence, though I don't really want that. We'll probably take dev cost then, I suppose. This isn't really going to be a useful reform. The main one I want is minus 10% liberty desire. Okay, truce with QQ ended. I think we want to feed this land to Anatolicon so we can get the goods produced modifier. Yeah, probably Anatolicon. And it doesn't really matter what we set as the war goal. Let's actually do prestige for this one, and let's send some prestige to a vassal for liberty desire. Yeah, let's do that one. We'll probably do... Let's not promote this guy yet, actually. And let's go occupy the rest. And we can take the non-cannons out. Okay, I'm gonna test my theory on naval power. What if we mothball our fleet? Because right now it's like 46 plus 35. Okay, now it's 36 plus 27. Okay, so mothballing the fleet was the problem. Okay, so we just want to keep our fleet unmothballed if we're worried about Liberty Desire issues. Okay, good to know. It's a shame because it's still expensive to do that, but whatever. I guess it's less expensive than constantly deving subjects up. We should also, like, send a better siege general in. This goes to Fatal. And all of the other stuff can probably go to Anatolikon. Everyone's just piling into the siege completely unnecessarily. Guys, you don't need to do this. This is a bit overkill. Just slightly. I'm gonna wait until the new year to get the Miltech, I think. Okay, yeah. Now we reduced like 20% Liberty Desire just by maintaining the fleet. That is insane. Okay, good to know mothball ships have that much of an impact on Liberty Desire. Now we still need to, like, fix the Liberty Desire of, like, Georgia, for instance. That's gonna be harder. I suppose it can't hurt to Diplo Dev a bit. Developed provinces is already at max. Okay, so we need to, like, be spending prestige on Maria. Wait, never mind. They're already, like, below this threshold. They're diverting trade. They're loyal enough for the mission. %71%? Really? When does our truce with Spain run out? 54. And when do the cores run out? 68. We have a couple of years. I should just barely be able to do this in time. Oh, this is just definitely not ideal. Where'd our Diplo guy go? We had a nice Diplo guy, and now we don't. Okay, I'm gonna check when we should pass the Parliament to issue to instantly annex the vassal. So we have, I think, what, minus 25% cost already? Yeah, minus 25%. So I think this is 0.75 over what, 0.6? That's 1.25. Okay, it's the other way around. 0.6 over 0.75. That's 0.8, so 80%. Okay. 80% isn't amazing. Because that implies we still need to wait, what, 2 years? That's like 66. Okay, we're cutting the cores with Aragon a bit close then, but I guess we can do that. I guess we're just not gonna have any major wars for like 2 years. Because I'm not confident we can finish them fast enough. Seriously? You can't demand stuff that would require more than 50? Wait, what if I took that and then fed it to them? Cannot select because I can't make it a core. So I'm not going to be able to annex QQ. This sucks. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about when I said, like, we can't, necessarily use our own war score cost. Like, if I tried to take this province for myself, like, I can't. Like, these are all inland provinces. We aren't going to be able to use war score cost. So I'm not really sure what the point of Diplo ideas would be. So I guess it depends on what province we want to take. I guess I can leave QQ with one province here, that doesn't really matter. We can finish them off later, I suppose. And it should be fine to just give Anatolicon all this stuff. Okay. Sadly cost 64 Diplo, but whatever. We could start building stuff in the Persia node, but... Oh, we are actually getting, what, 20 Yeah, 2/3 of the trade power. Almost. Yeah, we could genuinely consider building stuff in Persia now. What's our income like? It's kind of bad. It looks like we only have 32%, so why is more coming out than that? $15 versus 10. This looks like it should be 60% leaving the node. But more than that is leaving the node. Okay, so yeah, that means we could actually build stuff here pretty comfortably if it was on a good trade good. But let's wait until our subjects start coring. And let's get our troops back. And I suppose we could knowledge share Georgia. When's our true send? 64. Okay, that should be fine. We need like, what, 17% more progress on this? Okay, still gonna take another couple years. Okay, so we can lower the maintenance of our navies, we just need to make sure they're not mothballed. And that should keep our vassals relatively happy. Okay, we reached the cap on mill power. Guess we should just take the tech. That will let us delay the decision on ideas for a while. I also have a decent amount of army professionalism now. Not sure how. And we can explore something as well. We should probably explore, like, Florida, I guess. What's the fastest ship that we own? I guess transport. We should maybe own one light ship just to get to stuff faster. Let's send it over to the New World to steal some maps. And let's put an admiral on it to make it move faster. Oh, Maria wants knowledge sharing. Oh yeah, for sure. More money for us. I'm not purposely stacking vassal tax, because, like, it's not applicable to, like, any of our subjects in a meaningful capacity, but I'll take free money. Oh, we should upgrade our fort in Constantinople. Ooh, we can get, like, some pretty nice manufactories here on, like, silk. Yeah, we have some Orthodox ones. Yeah, this will make us a bit of money at the start, but, like, later, once we conquer more Persia, it's gonna be amazing. Now, if only Egyptus would actually make more claims. Okay, I guess they took the mission to get claims on their area, which is nice. They still don't want enough land, but I guess they have claims on Meri. So we can declare war on them. Oh, and they're allied with Ethiopia, perfect. Okay, that can be a war we do after the next Timurid War, once we make Oman into a PU in like 78 or something. I guess we could do a war prior to that. But again, I want to save that until we are at 80% so we can get this vassal. Okay, our ruler finally died. I think that this could merit going a republic for plutocratic ideas. Now, compared to aristocratic, it gives a merchant instead of a diplomat, which is meh, I don't think it really matters, but it also gives 10% morale instead of like cavalry ability, which is way better. And it also gives liberty, desire, and subjects instead of loyalty equilibrium, so I think it's just better. So let's deal with our pretender rebels and then maybe like convert to republicanism. Okay, I'm gonna save the game just in case like this somehow messes anything up, but it shouldn't. I believe we can be a republic as long as we don't like re-elect a ruler or something. I think what we can do is, yeah, become a republic. We need 3 stab for that. So we can click this once. And then we have... yeah, that mission for the last stab. Wait, do we need 3 stab? I don't think we do, actually. Yeah, we just need 2 stab. Yeah, we can stab up in the normal way then, or should we just click the mission? I guess we may as well just use the mission on this. It's literally the only use we get out of that mission. Double checking, but I don't think that this can be a problem. I'm gonna look for plutocratic ideas on the wiki. Because I think we would rather have plutocratic than aristocratic. Okay, so I'm on the wiki now. It's minus 20% mercenary cost and minus 5% regiment cost for the first idea. Both of those are great. Minus 10% or plus 10% morale of armies. That's also great. Plus 0.1 monthly reform progress. That's great. Plus 1 merchant. great. Plus 10% goods produced, okay. Minus 5% dev cost, 25% caravan power, good. 20% manpower recovery, good. Last one, plus 25% trade power in owned provinces and 10% better equilibrium. Decently helpful. Versus aristocratic is what? 15% cav combat. I mean, I guess that's kind of helpful-ish. 15% national manpower and minus 5% dev cost, that's helpful. Cav to infantry ratio and cav cost, I mean, okay, I guess. Plus 1 max paranoia and minus yearly army and navy tradition decay, I mean, sure. Plus 1 diplomat and minus 10% general cost, I mean, okay. The diplomat's helpful. Minus 50% cost to fabricate claims, not helpful. Minus 25% unjustified demands. That would be helpful. Yeah, that unjustified demands has been kind of hurting us for Diplo power. But I don't actually think it's that big of a deal. I'm trying to understand why I'm leaning so much towards plutocratic subconsciously right now. Like, I feel like it's better, I'm just trying to understand why. Because this would give the unjustified demands minus 25, so that would have the Diplo power we're wasting. It would also let us siege stuff faster. And it would give us an extra relationship slot, basically. I think I'm just attracted to the minus 10% liberty desire, I guess, mainly. And the 10% morale is tempting as well. Like, if we can just stack morale, that'd be pretty helpful. Like, I feel like the minus 10% liberty desire from plutocratic is probably going to be more useful in keeping our empire together, whereas aristocratic would let us expand faster, which might also be good. But I don't think it's good enough, is the thing. We could also consider swapping out economic for a military idea. Because economic isn't really doing much for us. These bonuses are kind of meh. The only useful thing is the policy, but aristocratic has the policy, and it also has, what is it? Like the leader, siege, and paranoia slot and stuff. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch to Republic, and then we take plutocratic. We fill out plutocratic, then we get rid of economic, and then we fill out aristocratic. Yeah, I think that would be best. We just have, like, full mill ideas. Does this get rid of the nobility? That's my question. Maybe we should wait until we can revoke one more privilege from the Emperor. Yeah, I guess I'll wait. We're so close to revoking. I'll revoke naval school rights, then I'll seize Crown Land and swap. Oh, and we also don't want to be a republic when we release our, enforced dynasty on throne, yeah. So yeah, we should probably just delay republic until we have our PUs sorted, which means we take aristocratic first. Yeah, if we get both ideas anyway, we may as well just take aristocratic now. That unjustified demands should be helpful. And I'm gonna take an extra Diplo power, I guess. Yeah. I just wish I had a decent mill advisor. Yeah, I'll take 300 free mana, basically. Very close to being able to instantly integrate this. Oh, do we have enough workshops? Surely we do. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we have enough workshops. Workshop, and shipyard. Yeah, we do. I could probably, like, up the speed. I'm just so nervous that something is going to mess up, like we're gonna, like, get dragged into a war or something, and then we won't be able to integrate this vassal. We just need to get this to 80%, then we can integrate this. And then all of my nervousness should be for nothing. The rest of the campaign, maybe not the entire rest of the campaign, but most of the rest for the near future should go relatively smoothly. Okay, truce ran out with Spain. I think that's fine still. We don't need to declare on them immediately. We just need to declare before Aragon loses its cores in 4 years. We can also steal some maps. What do we want? Central America, maybe? No units in a region adjacent. Wow, that was not a lot of information. I guess we'll keep on building maps, while building up a spy network to steal maps into the future. Trade dispute? Alright. Truce run out. We should be embargoing rivals, I suppose. Not that it makes much of a difference. Okay, Austria is now a great power. Luckily we're not allied with them anymore. How is this war still going on at 0%? I expected one of the sides to make progress. Surely I have an army that isn't solely comprised of cannons to deal with this. There we go, let's do this. I can intervene to aid Austria. No thank you. I think I'm fine not participating in the religious league war. Okay, we lost our other good mill advisor. Mercantilism is almost strictly a downside in this run, so let's just go with mill power. We can embargo Spain, I guess, and France. Okay, 72%. We should be done this pain soon. Oh great, our separatists are moving over to the Timurids. Because the Timurids didn't have enough problems, I suppose. Hopefully our army survives this. There we go. And let's revoke another useless privilege. Actually, maybe not. That's gonna drop the state influence. While loyalty below 30%. I think it'll be fine. We can handle a few rebels. And we may as well seize land now as well. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Now the Emporoi have like no loyalty, but it should improve to equilibrium pretty fast. And now we have like no income because our burghers are disloyal, but whatever. Brabant declared war on Austria? How many wars are you in? You inherited Burgundy? You guys are fighting over Burgundy. A 2-province Burgundy. Okay. Aw, we lost our spy network. Okay, 4% until we can rush the integration with the estate sing. Eh, why can I not click? Let's trade favors for trust. Yeah, I think we lost 5 trust with all of our vassals when we dishonored that call to arms. That would explain why we have 95 trust with everyone. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Naxabari? Huh. Today I learned you can ask vassals to return a core province. Huh. That's funny. How's Liberty Desire looking? Not incredible, but not awful, I suppose. So many damn rebels. Are all these provinces cored? Yeah. We can definitely improve this Aragon. There we go. I think all of Circassian's provinces we can give away to some other vassal or make a client state out of. Okay, it should be a few more months until we can fix this. I'll instantly integrate the vassal. Okay, I guess I'll prepare by getting this diplomat back. And I guess we'll click the privilege. Well, I'm gonna save the game. I can't imagine I messed this up. Let's do the diplomatic annexation cost. So this will not only speed up the annexation of Circassian, but it will also save us like 250 or so, 240 or so diplo points. So it's not a total waste of an agenda. Okay, so we have 2 more months. We can enact another government reform as well, but I think I'll probably save this, because I don't really care about any of these. And let's go build more manufactories. And these silk provinces are amazing. And we seem to be getting most of the income somehow. Oh yeah, because a bit over 50% is leaving. That makes sense. So like 60%? Yeah, this checks out. Okay, next month we should get our vassal integrated. And hopefully inherit all of its colonies. Okay. Now, if I understand everything correctly... Yes! We got merchants from the colonies! We have colonies! We have 3 different colonies and it's amazing! Look at this! We have Circassian Colombia, Circassian West Indies, and Circassian Brazil! Now the real question, can we queue up mercenaries for like... Oh my god, we can queue up mercenaries for like really large mercenary companies before we unpause. We probably want to do that. We are going to lose professionalism, but I think it's worth it. Like, look how large this merc company is. Okay, so Levens and Stratioti are all small. These are all small. I guess Auxiliaris. So I guess it's probably these 3 that we primarily want. Let's do the missions first. So I think we can click this easily. I guess we're not going to get the extra mercantilism, which is fine. We don't want extra mercantilism. Oh, how are our colonies Liberty Desire looking? Oh, and are we getting extra naval force limit? We are not yet. Okay. Well, Liberty Desire isn't an issue. So we can probably take more mercantilism. We can get glasswares of Byzantium. And I guess we also get Great Project upgrade cost. Let's produce glass in Naxos. And can we take out Monopoly on glass? I guess we can't. We can, but we'll lose it immediately, so there's no real point doing this. I guess we could if we wanted to immediately upgrade this, actually. I'm not sure why not. Don't really see the harm. And then let's do export Byzantine mosaicists. And we should probably do them for the most wealthy nation. Okay, so we didn't get the money, but we can now upgrade this for only 850 gold. Okay. So let's do that, because that will greatly help our naval force limit. And now we need to make states. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we can finally click this mission. So now we will get extra 10% land force limit, basically, if we get the Seam System government reform, which we probably want, and 150 mil power, which will be nice. So I'm confused. These options look identical, but one of them gives us 50 prestige. I mean 50 gov reform progress. Oh, it enacts the reform. What do we currently have for tier 5? Minus attrition. Yeah, I think we want extra force limit instead. Okay, so that's more force limit. Now we do want the decentralized pass, I believe. So let's go ally Serbia. And then this should give us a cheaper mill advisor. And now we need 2 Pranoia who have less than 5% liberty desire. That should be easy, so we just disable divert trade. And we need 6 generals. Okay. And then we're not completing this, are we? Yeah, we're not doing that. Maybe we could have, honestly. We were kind of close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not that close. We can always do that later. But we need like 1 more Pranoia for that. And then what does this give? 5% Merc Discipline. That would actually be nice. And then does this... Yeah, this does the Future of the Pronoia System event. And then what we can do here is Pronoia subjects will no longer reduce Byzantine force limit. And this is going to give us way more force limit than it's showing, I believe. So right now we have, like... Yeah, we're losing force limit per Pronoia for, like, 2 of our 3 Pronoia at least. And I believe this is hurting our force limit by 5 per Pronoia times, like, 3.3, so it might be, like, up to 45 force limit we could gain. We'll check. We're at 188 now. I was thinking before which pass we wanted to take. I'm 99% sure it's the decentralized pass. I'm gonna double check. Yeah, because the decentralized pass is the only one that basically lets us get that incredible force limit. Basically removing that ridiculously horrible penalty. Okay, we're also getting 2 extra Pronoia from this no matter what, so this should be good. I guess one option would be to also give the Pronoia 5 extra force limit, but I don't see why we should do that. Okay, and we want to do this so they no longer decrease our force limit. And that's not going to update until the end of the month, I suppose. I hope I clicked the right option there. And what else? Foreign officials. I guess we should recruit the mercs before we get army professionalism. So let's do independent army. And, oh, we should have saved more money for this. Grand Company, I guess. And we can do Free Company, I suppose. Let's see if we can get more Turkish Janissaries. I don't think we can. Yeah, they're already hired by us. Okay, it's a shame that we can't rehire them. So I guess we just go for all the cheaper ones. Yeah, so we get all the 25% off ones. That's good enough. And we should probably save this. Yeah, we'll get 5% army professionalism back afterwards. And I guess we may as well do this. And we need 50 galleys for that. And practically the strongest navy in the world to get any good bonus. And we're not at any risk of losing Serbia or Milan, I don't think. So we can wait on that. And I believe we have one more mission we can do. Here we go, the breadbasket. We do not want to click that yet, though. We need to give away our non-Constantinople provinces first, and then we should get 20 Dev in Constantinople from this. So, is there a reason to not just give everything in Anatolia to Anatolikon? I think we just do that. Yeah. I don't think we need to click any other missions. Okay, let's go to Maria. And I'm fine giving this to Maria, I think. I should check if it has a useless building. I guess a workshop is kind of useless. May as well destroy the workshop, I guess. We already clicked the mission for this. And we can grant, like, all of these provinces, I think. Oh, we should check if they have any bad buildings. I don't think they do. I mean, we can get rid of the workshop, I suppose. I don't really see the point, though. Yeah, I don't think there's another building we want to build. Oh, that refunded the cost of the manufacture. I guess it cancels production of buildings in progress. Well, that kind of sucks, but it also gives us more money for mercs. Although the merc companies will be smaller now. Okay, 248 force limit. Oh my god. Okay, all the other ones look to be back at regular size now. So yeah, getting rid of that mal has definitely helped our force limit. 188, I think it was, to 248? Oh my god. If we look at Maria, how much is it contributing to our force limit now? Because before they were basically equal. Georgia's now 9, Maria's 17. Syria's 8. Yeah, I think that increased our force limit per paranoia by like 10 to 15. That is insane. And we can start diverting trade again. Yeah, I think even with this minus Diplo rep penalty, we'll still have more loyal vassals. I guess we can get rid of the church. I might want force limit here. Actually, no, I built the church. Did I? I don't know. I'm gonna destroy it just in case. Okay, Anatolikon is a long-term Liberty Desire problem now, because now they have 130% Liberty Desire from development, but I don't think it'll be an issue in practical terms. Okay, what provinces do we still own that we need to get rid of? We can return this to Aragon, we don't need it. Do we need it? We kinda don't need it. Yeah, we'll just use like one more vassal for getting more colonies, and that will probably be the last one we do. So let's just return this to Aragon. And let's make a new client state here. Of course, we can change the ideas that they have, so let's make sure they start with Diplo ideas, I suppose? We could also take one idea in Explo for them to maybe colonize something. But I think there's too much of a risk of them colonizing, like, Africa if we give them Explo ideas. Or just us being stuck with colonies in general, so we probably don't want to do that. So what would we most prefer our vassal to have? Probably Diplo ideas to eventually get war score cost. And let's make West Byzantium. And this is just going to be a normal client state that we'll use for, like... What is this? Getting more colonies, basically. Your dynasty, monarchy, that looks good. And they're loyal! Yay! It's been so long since I've had a loyal vassal. Let's... Actually, I wonder if we can recreate the Byzantine flag. I'm really curious. First off, we need different colors. That's kinda close. Okay, let's get yellow. Can we get yellow? Okay, now we need red. And maybe a slightly darker shade of red for the border. Or just full red. And now what emblem could we do? None of them really look good. What about no emblem? We could do this, but that's kind of like a noisy flag. I think 0 is no emblem. Yeah, 1 is no emblem. You know what, I like the Byzantine emblem better, and let's just have no background. This actually looks cool. Let's go with this flag. 41%. Wow, that is an awful ruler. Luckily, it doesn't really matter. Now we can get rid of Diplo. Okay, and this vassal should hopefully be able to take Cuba and New Granada, and then we can integrate it later for even more colonies. So that would be like 1, 2... Maybe it can reach Florida, I don't know. Pretty big difference between that and the other stuff. But if not, like, it's still what? 1, 2 extra colonies, 3 extra merchants. Pretty useful. Now, I think we gave away all of our provinces in Greece and Anatolia. Yeah, looks like we did. So, we should be able to click the breadbasket mission, and this gives us 100 trade power in Alexandria, which is nice, but more importantly, arguably, 20 extra development in our provinces in the Anatolia and Balkans region. Now, that is basically just, it's not just basically just, it is just Constantinople, because I believe I have removed all other valid provinces if we look at the regions map mode. Yes, we should only own Constantinople in those regions. So if we click this, we have 93 dev here. Yes, 113 dev. You love to see it. We can expand infrastructure again. 38 income from this province, and this is after the gem price fell. So we can still get like a manufacturer to increase our income a bit more after we get our mill unlocked. Like, this is a pretty nice amount of income for one province. Okay. And now we should just need to get rid of these provinces, and we can give them to Egyptus. I guess the question is, can we do anything with them first? We definitely want to get rid of a dock. That's a useless building. Other buildings are arguably useful. You might want to, like, leave room for land force limit stuff. Yeah, so we do want a marketplace, we don't need a workshop. We definitely don't want them to have some random manpower building here. Workshop is probably fine, that leaves room for a manufactory and something else. I believe I built a lot of these buildings, so it should actually be fine regardless, but just in case. Workshop, barracks, farm estate. We can get rid of barracks, I guess. There we go. Now that leaves room everywhere for like manufactories. Decrease by 10%? Wow. I guess it's like a pretty high dev province, but still. And hopefully this doesn't like destroy the canal or anything. I don't think it should. Yeah, it looks like it survived intact. So it's only in-progress buildings that get destroyed when you integrate a vassal, good to know. Okay! That was a lot of clicks, but I believe we got everything. We can still click that mission if we want. And what's Egyptus Liberty Desire? Okay, look at this change in Liberty Desire. Like, basically everything dropped. I'm gonna make one more save so I never have to do these clicks again in case I, like, forgot a province, but I don't think I forgot any provinces. I think this is legal. I think we are obeying the rules of the challenge and we can continue. Okay. No extra provinces, I don't think. Okay, that Liberty Desire hit does hurt a bit. But I should be able to, like, dev Tbilisi. Yeah. All of our vassals are loyal! It's incredible. And this is with a temporary plus 15% Liberty Desire penalty, basically, from the plus 3 Diplo route. Okay, let's place our merchants. Where do we want them? Well, we should probably get one in Constantinople. It's unlikely we'll be able to add more than 12 ducats to what we're earning. And we somehow have 7% power here. Maybe we can place one in Ethiopia. $50 trade power. This would be like 3. Yeah, I think we want one in Ethiopia and one in Constantinople, unless I'm missing something. So let's do that with one merchant. And here was the second merchant. And let's look at our colonies now. I'm not entirely sure how colony stuff works. So let's see if we can get, like, some upgrades from this or whatever. I just read the wiki page. That's basically my knowledge. First off, let's rename these subjects. To Byzantine Brazil. Okay. Now let's look at the individual subjects. Let's do Brazil first. Okay, so we can get +5 land force limit from our colony in exchange for Liberty Desire. I'm not sure what the upside of that is. Okay, I'm gonna look on the wiki which type of subject has the bonus to fleet stuff for Overlord, because that's what I really want here. Let's see. I think it's the private enterprise. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, private enterprise. So how do I do this? I want to change the colony designation. Maybe it's in modify subject type. This isn't really what I want. Subjects menu for the colony. change colonial type. Okay, so I need 1,000 gold. Okay, so we'll wait on this, and then hopefully we can get, let's say we'll do the West Indy for the private enterprise type, because that will give the most naval force limit, I think. And we still need some extra naval force limit. Okay, hopefully everything works out. I think I can unpause now. I don't think I own anything. Cool. Okay, we got independent army at size 8. That feels like a bit of a scam. I feel like it was larger than that when we hired it. Grand Company. Okay, I'm gonna cancel the next mercenary company. Because I don't think we could ever normally recruit these, so I'll keep them, but we're paying like extra for them, I think. Yeah, let's cancel Los Auxiliaris. Yeah, these are like insanely small. And it nuked our professionalism, oh well. And... oh. He's Catholic. Well, that was a useless mission. At least we basically fixed our Liberty Desire problems permanently. Why is it collecting in Ethiopia? I want to transfer. Okay, and let's prepare for war. Probably against Spain. Although I don't think we'll declare this time. I think I'll leave the actual war for the next stream. I do kind of want to change the colonial designation first, but I guess that can wait. Or maybe it can't. I wonder if you can do that while at war. Yeah, so we could wait a few months. So this would be, what, 7 months? Yeah, I want to get the 1,000 ducats just in case I can't change the colonial type later. I want that slight force limit increase. I think it'll be like 10. I don't want to be paying this absurd amount of money for troops. Or we could just sell Crown Land. Nah. Oh, we could take out burger loans, funnily enough. Oh, this loses trade efficiency. That's awful, actually. That reduces our income by 5%, basically. Okay, how would we prepare for this war, then? Oh, well, first we could, like, get rid of our excess ships. We don't need war galleys. Or multiple light ships. Okay, this merchant in Ethiopia is not as helpful as I thought it might be. It's funny, but I don't think that the additional merchants are actually going to be that helpful. Like, yeah, we have slightly more trade income, I suppose. Well, at least we should spawn global trade. We did get our income up to almost 200, but not quite. And we did get the colonies, we just need to figure out how to properly change their designation and stuff. How much are we spending for being over 4 summit? 20 ducats a month. That hurts. Okay, before next stream, I'll try and test if you can change colonial designation while at war. If not, then I'll wait to declare war. If you can, then we can just declare the war immediately. That should basically be it. Like, again, pretty short stream and in-game time. Didn't have that many wars. We just finished up the war with the Timurids. We got Oman released. Need like 5 more years before we can declare on Timurids again. So I guess now we just fight Spain at the start of the next stream. I'm gonna do Reconquest. I don't think we actually take that much in Europe. But yeah, we probably do Reconquest so we can take some land in Europe. And then we would probably take, like, Sicily, I suppose. Probably Sicily. And that would allow us to convert West Rome, subject type. Can get Milan to help. They're already at war with Spain. Maybe we should just break alliance with Milan then. I don't really see what this is giving us. Then how do you increase tariffs? I see decrease tariffs, increase tariffs. How does tariff efficiency work? I see the subject is losing like minus 0.8, but we're getting minus 1.6. Okay, well I guess that's a question for another time.